to tell by action. Life has made a twist when I finally broke blue.
There was never actually a point where like I wanted to own my own shop. Which sounds funny, but it's true. Like I never like saw myself as an owner. I never saw myself as somebody that wanted to open up a shop. There wasn't any type of motivation for that. I'm very grateful that I've had the opportunity to do this because it's been a real eye-opener to a lot of things that maybe I wouldn't have known. But when I moved from Los Angeles, I moved to San Francisco. And when I was in San Francisco for a couple of years, I was like kind of running back and forth between Tulare and San Francisco. And eventually I just started staying more in my hometown. And it just seemed like a smart move to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I never really saw it. And luckily it's a small town, so when you put the word out, even if you're not super serious, you know, there's a lot of people that will help you find a location, or this person knows this person. So I mean, I think I just kind of put it out there. I was like, yeah, maybe I could do it. And then somebody just gave me an opportunity and I followed through with it. And you know, I just did it. I took that leap. I made that gamble. But it wasn't like I had the intention of like doing that from the beginning. Like I've always just seen myself as an artist, and I think a lot of artists hopefully understand, and I think a lot of artists should appreciate, but you know, it's awesome just being able to show up, work, and go home. And there's other responsibilities that you might not see, you know, as an artist, that you would see as a business owner, that have nothing to do with art at all, which sucks. It's like the worst part, because there's a lot of things that happen. It has nothing to do with art, but you have to take care of it, otherwise you will not be able to create art. Whereas if you're an artist, you could just show up, you do it, and then you did, which is kind of nice.
My car won't start. All this shit won't start. Ooh, send your positive energy, guys. Yeah, so got Poe out here to fucking come record for me, but we're just enjoying the nice Central Valley heat right now, because my little homie right here, she's gonna be a little fussy, so we're just gonna sit 20 minutes, you know, in the 103-degree weather, and just wait until she decides to get it cracking. Ooh, almost. So please, guys, lock in your deposits to help me get an alternator.
Coming from a small town, like, well, even in big cities, some of the cities within the little cities, kind of like West LA area, or even in San Francisco, there's little cities like within the bigger city. Like when you come from a little community, you grow up with these people, and like when people are good people, you just kind of stay with good people, you know. And I met X in elementary school. I went to Pleasant Elementary, and we went to school in middle school as well, and then we went to the same school in high school.
He's like, ready to die?
Yeah, man, my name's Xavier. I'm getting a tattoo of Anubis, which is a Egyptian god. And why it's important to me, because it's actually my first dog I've ever had. So, you know, really near and dear to my heart. It's my homie. So I'm sure a lot of people are gonna like this tattoo, because there's a lot of dog lovers in the world. So when I thought of this tattoo, of course, come to the man to get it.
Why Joseph?
Man, I've been getting tattooed by Joseph since, I mean, he was my first tattoo. All my ink is from Joe. That's all I know. And I go to Joe because I trust him. That's the number one reason. I trust the guy, you know. just a guy with my concepts or whatever ideas I have. I know he always brings it to life. So.
Can you give a little background on your guys' friendship, how you guys met, and like how you got to this point?
Yeah. So, man, me and Joe, we've known each other since the milk carton days when you used to get lunch. You used to actually get a producer's, milk. So, yeah, we used to make cell phones out of those things,
Oh, yeah.
Remember those? Hey, we used to try to trade each other lunch and stuff, but. So I've known Joe since I was in grade school and middle school and high school, and we even went to, we didn't necessarily go to college together, but we were in the same area, so we were always linking up. Shout out 11804, yep, out there in Culver City. That was always fun. Yeah, but I mean, Joseph's always been about art, and I think it was just really more of a, when he found out that, started drawing on people and tattooing, that was his passion. And, he's been running with it, doing great things. I've been there, tattoo expos with him, and I've seen him, do great work with, people we've just met, and how, cool it is to see, how, these people trust him with their stuff, and they don't even know him, but once you see his work, you're all in.
I would say the more challenging thing is making it look like his dog, because I know his dog and I met him. I've stayed with X in LA a handful of times, whenever I need a couch to crash on, and his dog's has a very strong personality. So that's the hard part, I think, is trying to capture the personality. I could just be copying a picture, but if you met the dog, you could see how strong the personality is and how personable the dog is, and this dog has met so many people and hella traveled, so it's
he does.
The piece is almost important to me too. I want to make sure that I do it justice, not only as a cool tattoo, of course, but just because it's it's an important piece, Even though we've known each other for a long time already, that just makes it even more of a closer type of relationship. But we've spent hella hours together, this piece is 5 or 6 hours, and you can even the older stuff, even if it doesn't look as good, it was from 9 years ago, So we're spending 6, 7, 8, 9, sometimes 10 hours at a time doing these pieces. You get to know a lot about a person, especially when they're in pain. They're telling you exactly how they feel, especially if it's a homie that you've known since elementary school. You really get to know someone.
Nothing
regardless,
back.
but we're homies anyway, so it just, it brings something to the table.
At least for me, it's definitely enhanced our relationship. I feel like I have something special because most people don't get the privilege of having someone that they've grown up with, knowing that they can draw, and then being able to see that person progress in their career and their drawing abilities and their passion, and sharing that he's sharing that with me, and that's really cool to see his growth. And we spoke about it earlier, some people don't get that privilege of being able to confidently go to someone and know that they're going to get taken care of. And that's the difference with Joseph is when you come to him, he's not going to disappear. You're going to be able to find him and keep coming to him, and he's going to keep producing above what you are expecting. So that's why
you said that's a result of having one artist. How do you can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so it's kind of a loyalty thing, or branding for me. There's stuff that I like to associate myself with wearing or whatnot, so I feel I only have one brand of tattoo, so, and that's Joe Cabello's brand. So that's why I'm it's pretty special.
He's a cute looking guy. I'm that's you, Bubba.
Yeah, shit's dope. Damn, look at the detail in the necklace.
There's a whole group of us called the Pleasant Bears. I'm sure some of you guys are watching right now, but we all kind of stayed really close knit, and a lot of the people that I like to have around me are very motivated and are very driven to do something, whether it's to go to school or start a business or be the best that they could be, like while a part of another company or they already have a company. And you know, X has always been around, and he's been one of those people that really supportive, and he supports a lot of people that are like entrepreneurs and have their own things, and he's a really good motivator. And just having him as a friend, like coming around and supporting, he was one of the first people that would go to conventions. Like I'd be like, hey, I'm like, we both lived in LA too while we were going to school, so I'd tell him I'm gonna go up to Monterey for like a tattoo expo, and he would make the drive, and he would go on his own sometimes even, or he'd come out here or come out there. And like anytime I kind of asked if, like, you know, like if he could come through and show off his tattoos or get tattooed or anything like that, he was always there, just boom, boom, boom. And like even outside of tattooing, we've always hung out. I'm really close with his family, like his brother, his pops, his sister, his mom. Like they're all really good people, and they're also all really supportive.